What's up guys? By popular demand, I'm going to be doing a full day of eating since everybody was asking what I'm eating from the beginning of my prep. So we're 10 weeks out, diet hasn't changed yet. Just gonna take you guys through everything I'm eating. So it's first thing in the morning right now, making breakfast, and it is 170 grams of ground turkey with 2 whole eggs. So I cook that up differently every time, but my favorite way to do it is I throw turkey in the microwave for like a minute. I'll do that in a bit, and then I fry my eggs so that, like, sunny side up, so that the yolk is real runny. Then you kind of run it throughout the ground turkey and it tastes good. That, and for my carbs, which is the best part, I get straight up bread. Toast is probably like one of my favorite things to eat. As weird as that sounds, I mean, butter would make it a lot better, but I just love eating toast. Probably came from when I got really sick a few years ago. I couldn't eat for like 2 months. First solid food I could eat was toast, so it stuck with me ever since. But yeah, I get 3 slices of toast, the ground turkey, and 2 whole eggs. And usually while I'm cooking / while I'm eating that, I have a greens shake in the morning. So it's just a scoop of greens, and I throw in this BCAA's Energy, mainly for taste because it's rainbow candy, but it's also got 110 milligrams of caffeine, so it's like a mini coffee in the morning, and a good old shot of some apple cider vinegar. I went to Farm Boy and just got this because I ran on my own from Costco. It says it's organic, raw, unfiltered, and unpasteurized, so that makes it better, right? All you health freaks out there. I'll document me doing this shot because they're gross and I hate them. Tastes like shit. It's like a better taste. Oh, it's like a better taste than vodka, but it burns more, so you know, choose your battle. And the final product looks like a jumbled mess, but that bread dough, yeah, I like to mash up all my food like a baby because then you get the flavors of everything and it tastes way better, especially when it's like chicken, rice, veggie. You gotta just make a jambalaya of sorts. I don't know what you call it. By the way, for people who know me in my prep life, ketchup is life, and I'm out of ketchup right now because I forgot prep was starting. And I've been out of town and I just keep going to Costco and they don't have sugar-free ketchup there. So we're eating this without ketchup today, but this is a ketchup meal for damn sure. So we're back from Vancouver and it's my last day with my car before we gotta bring it into the shop. I get scared every time I look at this damn thing. Oof. Not pretty. Pretty much what happened is one of these pillars right here, I was taking a turn, took it too sharp. I was trying to do like a little S turn, and I was looking to the left while I was still going right, and I just crushed right into the pole. So shit happens, but taking it to the insurance place today. They're giving me a rental car and everything while it gets fixed, so not too bad, but the last day with this. Okay, so that took all of like 10 minutes. I signed some paper and they took my car, said they're gonna fix it, brand new, and they hooked me up with not too bad. We have some nice little 2018 Mercedes GLC. No, it ain't no muscle car. It ain't no V8, but still pretty. Okay, so I literally just got home from getting the car dropped off and getting the rental and all that. And I was gonna have to make food. Well, I have potatoes cooked, but I was gonna make steak. But what was lying on my doorstep? Got
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
12 meals coming in from Protein Chefs. If you're in Ontario, Toronto especially, they ship around Ontario and Canada, nowhere else, so I'm sorry if not. but they hooked me up, so I don't even have to cook right now, God bless. Meal number 2 is right here. 225 grams of top sirloin steak and 250 grams of potato. I can also do like extra lean drained ground beef instead of the lean cut steak, or white potato, even rice, but switch it up every day with this meal. So 225 steak, 250 potato, and there's a little bit of kale veggies in there. And I really don't normally do these meal prep companies, but these guys have been hooking me up for a while. This is the first time I've done it on prep. So everything they sent me before, which is preset meals I had, and they were all super good. So first time I sent them my measurements, everything I needed. So pretty sweet. It's got the label on everything, so I know exactly how much is in it and what I'm eating. And I don't have to cook. So there's no complaining about that. Meal number 2 about to go down. So just keep you guys updated on what's going on with me right now for some more traveling. Lucky me. So after this weekend, you know, I was in Vancouver with Ian and Melissa, and they were competing at the pro show. And obviously, everyone competing at the pro, you're chasing that Olympia qualification. And they were hoping to do a little bit better, but they both ended up 4th place. Looked amazing. They're happy with how they looked. Wanted to do better. Moving on to the next one. So they've decided to both do another show, and like they've been to every single show since they've been together. They've been at each other's show every single time, like 10 shows each, traveled to watch the other one, gone the next week for the next show, etc., etc. But next week there's a show that only has figure, and then there's a show that only has bodybuilding over in Spain, I believe, and the figure one's in Cali. So Ian's going to Spain by himself. Well, his mom's going with him, and then Melissa was going to Cali by herself. So I'm gonna take that opportunity and jump on this trip to LA. So this weekend I have a guest posing in Mississippi, and I just got off the phone with the airline to change my return ticket to go straight to LA. So Sunday night, July 15th or whatever the day is, going to LA, and then I'll be there for a full week till the next Sunday. My sister's gonna fly on Wednesday, and she's competing at, I think it's called the John Lindsay Muscle Contest on Redondo Beach. So if anybody's around, come by, check us out, check out the show, watch Melissa crush it. If you're in Spain, go say what up to Ian. But yeah, so more traveling. So it's time for my pre-workout meal, and it's actually tomorrow for those watching the video, because yesterday I didn't have bananas at home and I wanted to be 100% accurate with everything I was showing I was eating, so I didn't film. Everything I filmed yesterday is what you're watching in the video, except this meal is the following day, because I wanted to be showing you guys everything I'm eating. But pre-workout meal right now is protein. So I have 80 grams of oatmeal with 2 scoops of whey and a full banana. It says a medium banana, and I don't weigh it right now. When I get closer, things like weighing bananas will be a little more crucial. But until then, no weighing the banana. But one thing I used to do when I first started making proteins was I put my protein in my water and my oats in, and then I microwaved it after. So I microwaved it with the protein in it, and then I did it over at Ian's house one day, and he's like, what are you doing, man? You can't put that in the microwave. And I was like, what? And apparently microwaving your protein denatures the protein powder, so you're kind of ruining whatever you're putting in your body. So naturally I argued with him and told him that everything he was saying wasn't true, and when he wasn't around I never did it again. So yeah, put my protein in after. There's an absolute art to getting the right amount of water. I can't share it with you because it's impossible unless you have the same Tupperware as me. But I use the same Tupperware every single time I cook oats, and I just look at how much water there is. Usually like double. I have a layer of oats and then double the amount of water in it. Put in the microwave for a minute and a half, and then if it's a little dry, I add more water before putting in the protein so it mixes all up, and then I chop up the banana and I put it in. I probably wouldn't recommend copying my oats procedure, because people always judge me hard that it's like soup. Like it looks like it's just water in there. Just a nice banana oatmeal soup. But that's how I like it, so don't judge me. But Oatmeal is like 90% of the time I go to pre-workout, kind of just because it's like it's a good carb source. The bananas just taste good, and it sits very well in my stomach. It doesn't bloat me or nothing, because you want to make sure you're eating something like normal before you work out. A lot of people just do random crazy stuff like go get donuts or go eat crap pre-workout for the pump or whatever. But speaking of the pump, forget about the sodium pump. But yeah, eat something your body's used to, because you don't want to be bloated and feeling like crap. If your stomach's like working so hard, it's not only do you feel like shit, but it's actually sending too much energy to your digestive tract instead of your body while you're training. But yeah, you know the game. Pink Himalayan salt, chase the pump, sodium pump for the win. But today's leg day, and well, Good Life was not having it today, and they stopped us from filming. We only got like 3 exercises filmed, 1 set of even 3 exercises filmed, and then we got the boot. So I'll just kind of run you through quickly what I did in this leg day, and then I'll get into new body, better gym that will allow us to film and get much more in depth on my current leg days. So this one was a very high volume leg day. I trained legs 2 days prior in Vancouver. So I've been training them with a little bit more frequency in the week, because again, my knee isn't allowing me to go 110% right now, but still getting in all the work we need to get. So I started with one-legged hamstring curl. As you can see here, a little thing I like to do on this is I angle my toe out a little bit, because it allows you to get a better contraction at the top of the rep. After these, we moved on to Smith machine squats. These have been probably my most crucial movement I've been doing lately. They allow me to move a little bit more weight without hurting my knee. So I like to get right under the bar, kind of sit my hips back, keep my spine neutral, just sit right into it. And I do a few bounce reps at the bottom. That really allows me to focus on keeping tension on my quad in the right place and then explode out. So we did 4 sets of 15 once I got to the top weight there. And that was our main movement. But after that, we moved on to leg press, where I did very close feet and low together. Kept all the pressure on the balls of my feet and my toes, and did 4 sets of 20 for that. So again, very high volume. That had the lactic acid burn into my legs. Quads had a huge pump after that. So after that one, we moved on to the glute ham bridge, which you can see right here, supersetted with hip adductors, and aimed for failure on the glute ham bridge. We did 1 slow negative at the end, and then sets of 10 to 12 on the hip adductors. And then after that, did walking lunges, superset with seated hamstring curls. Seated hamstring curls were 4 sets of about 12, and the walking lunges were until failure. Just kept the tension on it and went as hard as we could. Again, I apologize for this shitty workout video, but we'll focus on the eating for this video, and we'll get a better leg day video next time. So post-workout shake, very simple. Got 50 grams of whey. I put in 100 grams of berries, 2 scoops of glutamine, don't even know how much, about 20 grams of glutamine, and that's what I have when I get home. But at the gym, I bring 30 grams of carb powder. So right now I'm using MHP's Dark Matter. I have that coming home from the gym, get some quick carbs in me, and then I come home and I have the shake with the berries and glutamine. So meal numero 5 right now. This one's a fun one. I love it. It's 190 grams of chicken breast or ground turkey. I got chicken right now, and 2 wraps. So I make wraps out of that. For all you macro people wondering out there, these are called flat out wraps, and calories for 1 flatbread is 140 calories, 2 grams of fat, 25 grams of carbs, and 7 grams of protein. So I don't know, he just literally on my diet it says 2 flat out wraps from Sobeys. So if you're from Canada, you can buy those at Sobeys. If not, you might be out of luck, or you might find them. But I'm not a macro person. I don't eat random stuff throughout the day. I literally have a list, meal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the fridge, and I eat the same thing every day with some substitutes. Like I said, steak can also be salmon or extra lean ground beef. Chicken, one of my meals, the chicken can be ground turkey, stuff like that. but pretty much eating the same thing every day. So very consistent, no macros, and my body's just getting used to the same food. And instead of decreasing an overall calorie and macro intake, we just decrease the amount of foods I'm having. So normally the kind of meat I'm eating stays the exact same, but we cut carbs, etc., etc. Like, oh, I forgot, I also have 2 rice cakes. God bless rice cakes. 2 rice cakes with this meal. That's the kind of thing that you cut out, obviously, when I'm getting a bit closer to the show. But until then, I get my wraps and my little rice cakes and snacks. Also, obviously, throw sauce on here. I've always used Frank's buffalo sauce, but I was at the grocery store today and they had buffalo wing sauce, which is 0 calories. Not even that much sodium. 130 milligrams sodium. That ain't even bad. But this is the second last meal of the day, about to go down. Okay, so I gotta admit, these are the most poverty wraps I've ever made. Last year I used to put the Kraft singles with the no fat cheese on them, but that wasn't in the diet this year, so I'm not throwing that in there. But normally I have lettuce or like fried onions or fried mushrooms that I can throw in there, and it makes it taste way better. A little more than just chicken and bread and hot sauce, but it's the beginning of the diet and I don't need to pull that kind of crap out right now. So for now, we're keeping it simple and that's all it is. On to the final meal of the day. Another lovely protein chef's meal, so I gotta cook. One day I'll show you my trick to cooking salmon. The meal is 225 grams of salmon with veggies. I think it's bok choy, to be honest. It looks like the kind of stuff you'd put in pad thai. I love my pad thai, by the way. Stir fried pad thai, I like it shit. But I think it's the head or the tail or one end of the bok choy for the veggies, and then 225 grams salmon. So nice little meal. I'm trying to book my flights here for, well, I got my flight to LA, but I'm trying to book my flight back, and my MacBook keeps just turning black and not turning on, and then turning on an hour later. It's not dead, nothing's going on with it, so if anyone has any tips on how to work a MacBook, please let me know, because it keeps just going black. The screen goes black for like an hour and then all of a sudden it just turns back on. Nothing I can do. But yeah, last meal of the day. That's so cold, gotta go back in the microwave. Last meal of the day, salmon. It's a little late, it's like 12:30 right now. I was trying to practice my posing routine for this weekend in Mississippi, and I got really sweaty, so I had to go shower again because it's hot in my apartment. But a lot of people have been asking about posing, so I'm going to make a video just solely about posing. I'll get in the gym with the big mirrors in a big area. And it's hard to kind of teach posing to someone who's not there in front of you, but I'll kind of give some tips and tricks and little cues, how I hit specific poses, especially regarding classic. A little bit of the difference between it and bodybuilding. So if you have any specific posing questions, then comment below, and I'll try and answer them when that video comes out. Probably that'll be the first video I do when I get back from LA, so a week probably after this video comes out. I'll do that because people keep requesting it. But until then, this is the last meal of the day and the end of the video. I'll keep you guys updated if the diet changes, and we'll do another full day eating. If you liked the video, then please like and subscribe.